So hi, everyone. Hello. It is so good to see so many of you. I have these wonderful names and some wonderful faces as well. My name is Margaret Lyon, and my husband just called me, but there we are. Can't talk to him right now because I'm going to be here with you. So one thing that I like to do is teach people how to use technology. I teach the class Computer Technology in Public Health in the Department of Kinesiology, which just has nothing to do with kinesiology, really. But hey, everyone needs to know how to use computers, and that is actually the whole purpose of my class. And one thing that I like to teach is making websites with something called Weebly. Now, you're going to see a lot of things like Weebly. Weebly is weebly.com. It is known as a content management system. There are a lot of them out there. I like Weebly because I think it's super easy. And if you start using it and you want to try something else, go for it. For now, I'm going to show you Weebly. And the other reason I'm doing that is, yes, we want to know how to make the website, but why do we want a website? And I tell my own personal, totally true story. I have the job that I have now, the job that I love, senior lecturer, Department of Kinesiology, School of Public Health, because I had a website. And the person who had the job before me needed an adjunct, and she did a web search. And I had a website out talking about teaching at another college, Ivy Tech. And she liked what I had to say. And she said, hey, do you want to come teach with me or for me? And I said, sure. And 3 years later, we reversed positions, and here I am. So without that website, I probably would not have been hired or found. So yeah, you want a website. And the other reason you want one is you can put information about yourself up there and you can tell people to go get it. It's like, it's right there, go find it. And if I ever need to know where my CV is, it's on my website, so I can always go find it. So before I get started showing you the nitty-gritty, do we have any questions, any burning desires, any questions to share? Do not be afraid to speak. Samantha, you said hello. Hello. Oh, one thing I'm going to request. My favorite question in the classroom is, huh? So if I am showing you something or saying something or doing something and it makes no sense, I want you to unmute yourself and cry out to the heavens, huh? And I'll ask what the problem is and I'll help you figure it out. And then that way other people in the classroom will too. So what I'm going to do now is, yes, I have pasted in the chat a website for you to go to, and I am now going to share my screen so that you all know what it is I'm doing. And when I share screen, I like for the participants to see each other as well as my screen. And I'm asking you to go to this website right here. If anyone cannot see it, please put in the chat that you can't see it. And Manvi, yell at me and say they can't see it. Okay, I'm going to take all of that quiet as a, hey, we can see this site. Now, if you scroll down just a little bit, you're going to see crafting your digital presence. What I want you to do is take this web address and email it to yourself so that you always know where it is. Because after today, if you have questions, you can always email me, but you can also come back here and get all the instructional materials you need. So I've got stuff right here about what we're going to quickly cover today. We'll go over quickly. And then I'm going to demonstrate you can do this with me, but also right here, let's do making a website in Weebly. Right down here, support. Here is my Weebly resources webpage. If we click on this, it goes to a new tab. Everything I know about teaching Weebly, I pretty much put here, including some videos that you can link to. I've gone back to the original webpage. Weebly for Website Design by Margaret Lyon. These videos right here pretty much cover what I'm going to cover today. Just one note, please look at the numbers, not the order they're listed. Go to one and then find two, et cetera, et cetera. And then finally, we also have a Weebly website design document. Would you all please, oh yes, I'm going to admit someone. If you can, click on this Weebly website design document, and then you're going to want to save it where you can get to it. So unless I hear screaming and hysteria, I am going to assume, let's see if I can, I'm going to assume that everyone found it. Again, yell if you can't, please. When you open up this document and enable the editing, what you've got in there is some logical thought process on what you're going to put in your website, because there are two huge parts about making a website. One is using the software, and then two is, I've got a website, what do I say? So for here, I just have you can write in here whatever you want to say about yourself, whatever you want to say, whatever you would write, and then you can copy and paste that into the website. I kid you not. In fact, I have another document. That's my example document right here, where, hey, I already have things written into it that I wanted. Now, people, let's go ahead and create a website together. Big breath, courage. Right here, you're going to see it says, go to Weebly. I know, what a name. Please click that link. Now, when you go to that link, a new window opens. And one day it might change and look different, but right now this is what it looks like. What you're going to do, unless you already have a site, is click sign up. And then you're going to give your name and all that stuff and a password and basically make your account. Now, what that means is Weebly has what is called a lot of servers. Servers are computers that hold websites and things on the web. So when you make an account with Weebly, and it's free, by the way, Weebly is free. If you want to pay for it, you can do that later. But I like to use free Weebly when I'm doing instruction like this. I would also recommend that you make a free site and you keep it for a couple of months. And then if you want to pay for it, go for it. It changes the address and other things, but we'll talk about that a bit later. When you're making this account, what you're doing is you're saying, hi, Weebly, I want a little piece of your server to put my information on. It's kind of like at IU when they give you space in all of the different accounts, or they say, okay, here's your space on your Google Drive and things like that. It's very much the same thing. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to log in myself. Oh, gosh, let's go back. And it might say square up, don't worry, just log in. Yes, it worked. So now I've logged in. Yours might look a little bit different because I already have several sites in here. By the way, one account can hold up to 10 sites, which means that you can have 10 sites in one account, and then you could go get another email address and then make another account and have 10 more sites. Yes, I've done that. I've done that. I have lots of sites. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to try and kind of go through what you would do. I'm going to click add site. And hopefully you've all logged in and you've gotten to this spot. What kind of site would you like to create? If no one is at this spot, please scream, primal scream now. I will take silence as a please continue. Now notice how it says here, I just need a website. I need a website with an online store. You want an online store, that's a whole nother kettle of fish. You go right ahead and get yourself a store. That's another training. However, I'll be honest with you, if I was going to have an online store, I would use Weebly. I just want to click, I just need a website. So please click on that. Now, you have many themes and layouts to choose from. You talk about selecting a theme. So for a moment, I want you to put in your brain this. I feel that Weebly is a lot like using PowerPoint. So if you go to PowerPoint and you pick one and you've got a theme, and then you have to put different objects in PowerPoint, that's how PowerPoint works. That's also kind of how Weebly works too. What I'm going to do right now is pick a theme. Now, people, I'm going to be honest with you. For now, for today, let's click personal. Okay. And then I would suggest scrolling down. I really like the layout on this one, Susan Smith. And I'm going to suggest using that so you know what steps it is that I'm doing so it makes sense. Later on, you can choose something else. So I click on this theme. And if you're thinking, but I don't want a big blue blob, and this person is not me, fret not, dear students. We're going to be changing this. So I am going to click Start Editing. And I let it do its thing. I take my hands off the keyboard. I'm going to just sit here and relax. I suggest you do the same. Just take your hands off the keyboard and let it do its thing. So now is a good time for me also to say, hey, when you're working on Weebly and you type, you're sending a signal across the internet to your space on the Weebly server, and it saves it, which means that sometimes the connection goes slow and you got to be a little bit patient. And that is a good thing to remind yourself to do. I have to remind myself of that. A side note, I have rarely lost things on Weebly. Usually once I type it, it stays, kind of automatically saves. So hopefully you're all here at select a domain name. Please scream if you're not. Okay, silence is good. What's a domain name? Well, what's an address? What's a web address? You know, when you type a web address, domain name, kind of the same thing. So here's what I want you to do right now. I don't really want you to use the domain name you want to use. Like you could put in your name and then type test, okay? Because I don't know if you want to keep this or not, or play with it. So for me today, I'm going to do ML Seawit 2022. That's just mine, so that I know what it is that I'm making. So you go ahead and type something in as well that reflects you. You could use your username for that you have with your email account, whatever you'd like. And I'm going to click search. And then once you type in something, you should search too. And if what you typed in was being used by someone else, type in something else or just add another number or letter. What happens is you're going to get right here. Select your domain name. Now, people, Weebly is always going to give you the opportunity to give them money to purchase your own domain name. That's awesome. We don't need to do that, okay? What I want you to do is to look all the way down in this square, and you're going to see subdomain, which means you've got that username you chose, .weebly.com. See how it says it's free with Weebly branding? Cool, fine. I'll take Weebly branding. It really never bothers me. And I'm going to click choose. Now, here's a golden moment. That address that you're looking at, that blue one, that is the address of your new website. Now, there's nothing there right now. It's kind of like buying a plot of land you're going to put a house on. You could drive there, you wouldn't see anything, but at least you know there it is. And that's what you'll be seeing in a bit. And now click done. You have a website, everybody. Not quite ready, but you've got your web space. So take a moment, take a big breath and go, wow, I can do that. You can do that as many times as you like. Now here we are in the Weebly environment for editing. With computers and technology, we are often given clues about what it is that we're looking at. So when you're in the Weebly editor, we start over here on the left-hand side, you see an X, please don't click it, that gets out, and then you see the W Weebly, You can go back to the home page. You see here, I'm going to move you all down a little bit. We have up here upgrade. Again, they always want to give you more money. I don't worry about that. Publish we'll do later. And then down here, you see your elements. You know how it is that PowerPoint has objects, Weebly has elements. And if we scroll down, we've got structure and then media. If you see something with a little lightning bolt that looks like a Harry Potter symbol, awesome, but that you got to pay for. And e-commerce, yeah, well, you're on your own with that one. So this is just where you can start adding things. What you can also do right now is move your mouse pointer over your screen. I've done that, and I hope you would do it too. It's right over the top here, right above the "Hi, I'm Sarah Smith," and you're going to see a text box. Because again, it's like PowerPoint. Now this text box is considered a spacer. So we wanted to see more of the blue. At least they did when they made this theme. I don't. So I'm going to move my mouse pointer over that little X in the upper right-hand corner and click it to delete it. I'm really sure delete. And boom, the name goes up. If you liked that spacer, you can stick it back in later on. Now notice right in here, we have this text box with names in it. So I think I'm just gonna type in my usual. I'm gonna click and drag over these words. You know, you can click and drag over things in Word and PowerPoint. You can do the same here. Notice that I have selected these words. Quick note, when you select something on a computer, the computer is focusing all of its attention on that one thing. So right now, anything I do in the computer is going to affect Sarah Smith. And right above Sarah Smith, you have a bar that can help you format your text. And I'm just going to go Margaret Lyon, because that's my name. A creative director, I try to be creative. I'm just going to put technology educator. And I think I want technology educator to be below, so I'm going to hit enter. What do you want to type? Put your name in there. Who are you? Put your name, what you do, why you want this. Are you making a website because you love to collect trains? And you put train collector, put it in there. I bet there are lots of sites for train collectors. Now, one more thing that I want to look at right here is in this upper left-hand corner, it says my site. Well, that's lovely. It's more a placeholder. I want you to click on that and see how it kind of says off in text and logo. We kind of want the text that you can put your name in there as well. I have a couple of signs that this is yours. I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop the share for a minute. And let everybody catch their breath. We just opened Weebly and made accounts. 5 people completed our breakout session will be randomly picked. Oh, sorry. Please evaluate this later so I know how to do better. I would like to build an e-portfolio for my future job hunting. Oh, yeah. Chen Meng. I hope I said your name right. Absolutely. What you're going to see today and in the videos that I've got, great e-portfolio. Absolutely. Yes. And if you want to add other pages or other things, yes, 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 yes. And yes, this is exactly right for you. Let's see here. Nope, that's me. That's me. All right, there we go. So I don't see, well, I don't see a lot of faces, but so far I'm not sensing too much panic. It's okay to yell. Okay, take another big breath. A question. I want to know exactly what I can curate on my website. My first question to you then is, when you ask me that, I kind of get the feeling that okay, let me back up. Pretty much anything that you have created. Now, if you have FERPA or HIPAA protected data, please don't put that on your website. No. If you made a picture, you can put that on your website. You wrote a paper, you can. You wrote a paper with someone, you might need to ask them if you can put it on the website, something like that. But that's pretty much, if it's you, you can put it on the website. I hope that helped. If that's not what you needed as a student, I don't know what should I put in, like coding projects. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna add history. I hope I said your name right. Yes.
Dishri. Hello.
Oh, say that again, please.
My name's Dishri. Hello.
Dishri, hello. Yes, of course you put coding projects on. Now, I don't know in what format you save those coding projects, but yes, 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 yes. Now, I'm assuming that you're at Luddy.
So yes, I'm a Letty and Kelly student.
Great, excellent. You might then want to talk to some of your Luddy teachers about how you would display that, because you know it's real easy to steal code, but then say to them, I want to show off the code that I did. How do I display that? Goodness, yes, of course you would. You might even want to explain the code that you wrote, what it does, et cetera, et cetera. So have them help you with that. Talk to Erica Vigali. She's awesome. And she helps people make websites and Luddy, and she teaches that, and she might have some great ideas. Okay, back to sharing the screen because I want you all to see what it is that I'm working on. And we're here now, people. Fantastic. So here's this big blue background. And I'll be honest with you, it's pretty, but it's not really me. What do I do? Well, scroll down. I can edit the background. Click it. Be not afraid. Now, one thing that I'm going to do, it talks about an image, and I'm going to see about replacing that image. And I'll be honest with you, I already got some images. So I'm going to, I know I did. But if you didn't, you can click search and then type what you're looking for. Computers and coffee, my two great obsessions. Search. It doesn't find it. I'll just go to one of them. Computers. Now, what's nice is a lot of these pictures are just free for you to use. Oh, I like that one, that little sweetheart. So you can just click on it to use it. Now I'm going to use this little person. I don't teach people this young, but I like her. So I can just click on that. And there she is. Oh my God, she's so precious. Okay, enough. Now, if I wanted to keep her, to kind of do, I click save. Look at that angel. Unfortunately, I don't teach people that young, but I'm so glad she's learning about computers. So now what do? Well, I kind of click on that image again, edit background, and click replace. And now I'm going to upload from my computer. Oh, and by the way, if you're thinking, I didn't get that, don't worry. I'll show you the videos again. I got videos, shows you how to do this. You never have to worry about forgetting, because why would you remember how to do all this? You wouldn't. I wouldn't if I were you. I'd be like, oh, where's my coffee picture? Well, I'll just use this, my digital gardener pick. It's uploading, and there it is. All right, I'll just keep that for now. Now, tell you what, though, people, that is still really big. So I'm going to click on that again. Oh, I'm going to save it. Excuse me. Got to save. And then I just might drag it up. What is that I'm doing? See this little drag? I'm going to drag it up so that it isn't taking up so much space. Unless you want it to take up space, it's kind of up to you. And if it's making you crazy because it's moving around, well, yeah, that's kind of what happens. Here we go. And this. Well, now it probably needs to be a different color. So what do? I change the color. Let's try red and see what happens. A little bit better. You know what? Let's go with green and see if that works better. I said, let's go with green. Sometimes you have to like talk to the computer fiercely. It's okay. It's going to work for now. I may change that background image. Yes, but I'll do that later. Now we have here some more things to work with. So one of the things that we chose in this theme, which I think is the Susan Smith theme, is that it's kind of laid out for you, again, the way layouts are in PowerPoint. So what I'm going to do here is, this is lovely, but it's not me. I'm going to replace this image with a picture of myself, which I actually do have. Hooray. And then it says here a little about myself. Well, I did write all of this down first, so I'm going to up here say welcome, because I just like to say that. It's just me. And then I've got text that I could just paste in here. Yes. Now, if you're sitting there thinking, but I don't have that text. No, you don't. You may not. But you know what you might have? You might have a CV that you can copy and paste some things into. So go ahead and consider that. Give you a few minutes just to put stuff on the home page. And another thing that I say to my students is, if you're not too sure what to put on here in the beginning, I have no idea what I'm doing. It's a perfectly valid thing to write, at least for my class. Now, I'm noticing something here, people. I see that there's space here, and I'd really like that W to be lined up with the top of my picture. So if I move my mouse pointer over the top here, I see another spacer. I'm going to click on it to get rid of it. Now, we've done a lot of work on this, but I want to make sure that I can save it and actually kind of see what it looks like. So here goes, everyone. With me, please breathe in and click publish. Now, again, Weebly is always going to give you the opportunity to pay them money to pay them more, upgrade. No, you're not doing that today. I want you to click on that link. And it opens up into a new window. And that's it so far. I mean, there's a lot of other stuff down here we don't need, but right now, this is what it's going to look like. Now, if you are sitting there thinking, oh my God, someone's going to do a web search and find this page and it's not done, and oh, I'm going to look at you and say, chill, take a breather. No, they're not going to find it yet. I always give about 2 weeks for someone to find my website in a search engine. So relax, okay? Just relax, you're fine. So what I have here now, though, let's look at the tab that is this site. Can you see we've got the W Weebly, and then it says my full name, Margaret Lyon Home. That's nice. I'm going to click to the Weebly tab next to it. That's the editor. And I'm going to close this. Now, there's a lot of stuff down here that we just don't need. And that's nice. I don't need it, so I'm going to get rid of it, although I think it's very pretty. So one thing that I can do is see what is the biggest chunk of it. So each one of these things is called an element. And then I kind of want what's holding that element. So if I click this area down here, it'll then say delete. Yeah, delete it. I love this unicorn. I really love that unicorn, but it doesn't really represent me. So I'm going to delete it. Yes, I'm sure. I'm going to have to delete you too. Now, one thing that I like to recommend, and this is me. Oh, and see this button here? I don't need that. I'm going to get rid of it. It says get in touch. I am a big believer in letting people being able to find you. Now, if you're like, I don't want anyone contacting me, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, we have a contact page that we can make, which I'll show you in a minute. And then you can keep your contact information hidden. However, I'm like, I want people to contact me. I'm on the web a lot. I teach technology and I want that. So one thing that I did then is I made for myself in my example document, which you'll see in the example document too, a footer. And I made my own footer. So here it is right here. And I'm gonna just paste it in. And there we are. And I like to do that, and I will keep this on every page, because if I want this to be a professional portfolio where I'm showing myself off, people should be able to contact me. There are other people who say, no, no, no. So you decide now who you want to be. One more time, I don't really need this contact me, so I'm going to delete it. Now, if you don't like the idea of putting your information on the bottom of every page, that's fine. Would you all with me, please, click on the contact page. It's right up here at the top. It's built into this theme, and here's the contact page. Get in touch. And so what you can type here is, hello, I would love to hear from you. Please send me a message using this contact form or something like that. Now, this if you had to hand code this, it would take you a really long time. So I really love Weebly for this. Right here, it kind of has built in a contact form. What does that mean? It means this. Let's click on this form. And it says here form options. So click on that, please. Now it says contact form. That's good. That's good. But email to. I can pick the email that I want them to send a message to. So there you are. And then you just click away. Fantastic, and click save. Now, when this is published, people have to put in their name, their email, and a comment before they submit it to me. And then that is a nice way of making sure that no one is going to take your information. And there we are. How does that work, everyone? Let's click publish. Every time you make a change to your website, you must publish, because you can make a change, but it will save it on the server and people won't see it until it's published. So now we can click back on that little link. Oh, there we are. There's my footer. And here's my contact form. And if I guarantee you, I will get an email that says hi from me. And I was like, hi, Margaret. Now we have two other sheets here. Oh, and yeah, let's go ahead and click on my work. This is an entirely new page, but we want to edit it. So people, I'm at the tab where I'm looking at the website live. I now need to click on the Weebly Editor. I'm going to close website published, and I'm going to click on the My Work link to the My Work page. There are a few things here that I want to show you about managing how the page looks. And to do that, we are going to look up here at the top and click on Pages. Now, if you look over here on this Pages side, you're going to see Home. My Work is blue, About, Contact. If you click on any of these, it's going to go back to the different page. So let's click on My Work. Also, when I click on that, it says the page name is going to be My Work. I'm just going to leave that. And then underneath it says Header Type. And this is kind of important. I'm going to click the drop down arrow, and if it says splash, it's going to be much, much bigger, and I don't want that. I don't. I put header, it's going to be what was built in already. And if I put in no header, the blue is gone. And maybe you don't want that blue anymore, or you don't want a picture there, which is fine. I think it still looks okay. Now with My Work, go back to example. What do I have for my work? A lot of stuff, I think. Yeah, here it is. My Work is a page. And I got some stuff, so I am just going to copy and paste it in here. Cool. And I'll probably have to reformat some of this, make it bold, make it bigger, etc., etc. Now there's one little formatting thing I want to show you before I save and we check in again. I'm moving my mouse pointer over this page. You're going to see a line and then contact me. Well, what happens is contact me was designed to sit next to this text box just by clicking and dragging. Let me show you what I mean. Do you see how the text box around contact me has these little 8 dots? And if you move the mouse pointer over that rectangle with those dots, kind of like a brick, your mouse pointer turns into a plus sign with arrows. Click on that and then drag. Now, if I drag, I'm going to see a blue line, and that is where the contact me little icon will be when I release my finger, and indeed it is. And look what happened. This text box got wider. So if you're thinking, wow, I want something to be next to this text box, then you move it until you see the blue line, and it happens. And I'm going to delete it because I don't want it. It's going to take a little work, people. So if you're clicking and dragging and it's getting frustrating, congratulations. Welcome to working with computers. Your swear and prayer skills increase working with computers. Trust me on this one. And now I'm going to click publish because I want to see what I did. Let's go. I want to go see my work. Oh yeah, there it is. And these things, I love the images on this theme so much. I wish I could use them. Oh, well, let's go ahead, stop the share, take a check-in. This is, can we get a recording of this tutorial? Olfa, I hope I said your name right. Olfa, in fact, Olfa, yes, you can. In fact, there is one already made, and I'm gonna send you the website.
Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. And the website has now once again been placed into the chat. If you click on that, the second, and you start reading through, the first half of that web page is everything that I'm showing you. At the bottom, it has the links. So you've already got videos ready, made to help you through doing this. Because no, I don't expect you to remember this. Okay, I have another question. Is there a specific reason you prefer Weebly to other website creating websites? Oh my God, I love that question. Website creating websites. Thank you. Thank you. That's how I describe it too. For me, Weebly is very simple. And I like that because although I can hand code, and the project site that I gave you that link I did in Dreamweaver, Weebly for me is just easy to get into and make a pretty site and be done with it and to teach. However, you could try other ones. Often Wix, people hear a lot about Wix, and the difference is Wix is a little more, for lack of a better term, detailed and complicated because you control smaller elements of it. But if you like that, use it. I just think Weebly is just simpler. That doesn't mean you should use it. If you find something else, use that. I also find WordPress, which I have a WordPress site, to be very complicated, but it's also kind of fun too. So what I would suggest for you and for everybody, go ahead and check out other website building tools. And if you prefer that one, use it. It's all good, okay? It's all good. Use the one that you like. I just like Weebly. And when I started teaching this, Weebly was really the only game in town beside WordPress, and WordPress was too complicated to teach in my classroom. So that's kind of how I found Weebly. All right, any more questions? How y'all feeling? Okay, no primal screaming, so thank you for saving my eardrums, and we're going back into the fray, people. Let's share our screen one more time. Yes, 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 yes. There it is. Ha ha. Okay. So we're back here with all of this good stuff. And if you're thinking, oh God, I have to go in and delete all of these pictures. Yes, you do. And there is a part of me that just wants to say, oh, stop complaining. You don't have to code all of this, so be happy. Although some of you might want to code all of this, that's okay. You don't have to do it. It's kind of entertaining. I really think these graphics are great. Wait, do you not want to buy that? I don't even know what that is and I want to buy it. Okay. Now, ooh, this is fun. You know how I said I want to put my footer on every page? Well, I don't have the footer here, but if I click on my home page, there's my footer. And you know what I can do? Send it over to my work page. How do you do that? This is fun. In the upper left-hand corner right here, on this little text box, you're going to see an arrow that points to the right. If I click that, I can either move it or copy it. Well, I want to copy. So I'm going to click copy, and then I click my work. And it gets sent over. Now, for some reason, it gets sent over to the top of the page. So we just drag it down to the bottom. Drag it down. Boom. I wanted to get that blue line under this. And there are a few more things to send over, like get in touch. So I'll send that over as well. Copy my work. It's up in there. I drag down. Yay, and it's done. And then I can just do that for all of the other pages. So if we were going about making this a true portfolio page, then my home would be introducing myself and what it is I'm talking about. My work would be an in-depth study of the work I do. I might talk a little bit about my education and me. And then of course I'd have a contact page. What I'm going to do is publish this again so I can see that my work now has my contact information. Now, a little fun aside. When I first developed this training, I thought, wow, I want to develop a kind of my own professional website as well. So I have made my technology educator website in Weebly. And this is the one that I really, really use. And yes, I need to update it. Just hush, I know that. I've got a few updates to make. But this is my professional technology educator website. And I have here about. And this just gives bits of education and it takes parts of my CV. I don't have all of my CV on here, but I do link to my CV. I also link to videos that I've made and other academic websites that refer to me. And again, notice that I have the footer at the bottom of every page because I need to practice what I preach. I have here my teaching page. Now, if you're building a portfolio that's not about teaching, but something else like coding, you could call this your coding page. And then you could talk about your different examples of coding. What I talk about for me is that I'm a teacher, computer technology and public health. The course is K200. I talk about what it is. I talk that I have a graduate and an honors section. Love them all. I have a little quote in here that I found when I was working on my teaching statement for my portfolio to get promoted. And I thought, wow, that was pretty cool, Margaret. You were rocking and rolling. So I pasted it in here. So let's go back to that comment for just a minute, people. You might be thinking, what do I put on this website? Well, why don't you go back in your papers, look on your resume, your CV, work on things of biographies that you've written about yourself, because I bet you'll find some really great gems in there. Like I went in and saw my Whova description, and that is so good. I thought that was genius, Margaret. I'm going to copy and paste that everywhere. So go back and look through your old stuff and even see what people say about you. So that I focus on my teaching. I have a contact page. You're like, why? Because it's everywhere. It is. But hey, if someone wants to fill in a form, they can. Here's a little Google map that you can insert. And then I have a blog that is linked from another Weebly website that I made. So do you have to have a blog? No, but they're fun and you can have them on Weebly. So you can start small and work your way up. You really, really can. Now, hold on one second, please. When you watch the videos, what you'll see is this. Yeah, Well, I was hoping that, well, yeah, it'd be nice if I put in the right address. So this is a very, very simple pared down version of what I showed you earlier because I made this and went, I just need to do that. Now this little button actually does lead to the contact page. So you can do that if you want. But here's just a very simple version of what I had. Let me show you now, back up in here, how to upload, oh God, your file. I'm going to show you how to upload a file. All righty. So to do that, I'm going to go over here to my good old Elements. And I'm going to look for File. I'm going to move this over into the document, over into the web page. Again, I'm looking for that blue line and I'm going to let it go. Now, what's nice about Weebly, which is kind of also nice about PowerPoint, is it tells you what to do if you're not sure what to do. So I click to upload file. And then it says upload file. Upload file from your computer. Thank you. I'm going to use this one. And click open. Upload complete. And then if someone wants to download it, as you see, they can. So I can publish. And there it is. So back to the good old editor. At this point, if your brain is spinning and you want to cry because you don't think you can do it all, stop and breathe, okay? I didn't do all of this fancy stuff in Weebly the first time I used it. I've been using it for a while. Does that mean you should give up? No, it means, my dear students, my young Jedis, you have this page right here. It is on the web, it's on this website that I gave you. It's these videos, see, videos. Click on these and you watch them step by step. Watch number 1, scroll down please, and watch number 2 next. Oh, and you go 2, 3, 4. You watch these little itty bitty bite-sized chunk steps and you make your site. You can add pages, you can delete pages, you can change colors, you can do all kinds of things. And if there's something on Weebly that you want to do that I don't show you how to do, trust me when I say Weebly has lots of support. So here is so here's a page right here that links to all of their different help and support pages. They've got videos. And you can just type in any question into the web about how to do something in Weebly and you will find the answer. It is 2:49. I'm going to stop the share. I need to look at some questions. Do I have any more questions? All right, people have left. That's okay. Does anyone have questions or thoughts or concerns? Do you want me to demonstrate something for you? Okay. No one is saying anything. So I take, yes, Christy, is there something you want? Nope. All righty.
Nope.
All right. No. All right. Well, let me see here. I might then, you know what I'm gonna, okay, I can't. People, I love making web pages and websites. And I will now say to you that if you find yourself doing this kind of work at 2 o'clock in the morning, you are more than welcome to raise your fist in the air and go, Margaret, and I'll hear you in my dreams and I'll smile. So, hey, you know, that's being a webmaster and I kind of like it. So there we go. I'm going to share this. No, I'm not going to share it. You know what? I can't share because we are running out of time and I don't want people to feel stressed. I will stay on here until 3 and answer any questions that you have. Please, if you want, write me in Whova, write me my email, which is on my webpage, mlyon@indiana.edu. It's also in Whova, and say, hey, what's going on here? and I'll do my best to help you. And yeah, I'll look at your sites. I like looking at people's sites. That's fun for me. So want to send me your site, that'd be super. Thank you. Thank you, Angela. I appreciate that. I really thank you for being here because I love doing this. I really love doing this. It's loads of fun. Making websites.
Yes, thank you very much, Margaret. It was great talking with you beforehand as well. And I will definitely hold on to all of these instructions and hopefully have something good by the end of the week.
You know what? I think you will. And you know what's really fun about, okay, people with websites, it's just good enough. If you have got it, people can find it. It has your name and your phone number. It's good enough. Okay.
Sounds
Make
good.
it perfect next week. All righty.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. I'm going to talk to my husband. Hey, sweetie, I'm at the end of my workshop. What you need? What you need, sweetie? Yeah, I'm done. What, honey?